What is up, guys? I'm going to be showing you how you can make these city skyline logo outline type graphics for the Wheel Sports app. So stuff like this D Rose and this Scotty Barnes. And so first thing you want to do is you're going to want to go to real.justinlevine.me and you're going to want to click on one of these cards corresponding to the rarity in the background of the card. So for example here we'll just do legendary shards. I'm using the Pixlr E editor. That'll also be linked below, and you can just copy the image and then Control V it right in here, and it'll auto align it to the background and make it locked into the background. And what I like to do is I like to get the lines version of whatever rarity I'm doing, and copy that and paste that in there, and then resize it to fit our image and then lock it in place. And what I do is just so I can have an idea of where I'm working so that nothing gets cut off. And then you can just close that right out. And so for this, as an example, I'll just be doing Rob Dillingham, just so that I can do some of the more specific details that you might not have with like a more popular player, just in case. So you're just going to find a photo. You're going to want the photo to be like his full body and make it be like a dynamic shot. Or not, if not full body, like most of his body, just that it'll fit within the logo. So something like this is going to be great. So you can just find that. But specifically, I want a Timberwolves one, so you can just go to the very top, and we'll find a Rob Dillingham one. And just in case, we can look a bit further, and so we can just say, yeah, this is what we want. And also, say I don't really like this, I can just look up Rob Dillingham right onto Google, and you can just look for a Google image, just in case you want to find something a bit more dynamic. And so we can go with something like this, and then if you want to be more specific, you can just say Tipples. So like this will be great, and we can just copy that. And I'm going to be using removal AI and remove.bg, and so you can just find a background removal, and you can just paste it right in there. So in this, you don't have to download any of the photos. You just copy them and paste them in between your Windows and Chrome. And so I've got this. We can just copy that, paste it right in there, get it nice and bigger. And so with this, seems more pixelated, and so this is kind of what one of the things is. But luckily that isn't an issue, because on the Real app, you're looking at it bigger, and so this is also a thing you can kind of have small little cheeky mistakes, because it'll be much smaller like this, and so you won't even really notice the lower resolution. And so with this, we want to get rid of the other player in this. We want it to be just Dillingham. So with this, I'm just using the lasso removal tool, and so that's right here. It's just the cutout mask, and you just want to make sure that looks good. And as I said here, you can be kind of scuffed, and you can have these little blemishes like this because you're not doing like an outline or anything, and further away you can't even tell. So yeah, you're just gonna remove any background bits that aren't removed properly with the background removal tool, and it'll be fine from a distance. Sometimes you just want to do it because it'll look nicer though. So like this, you'll just want to zoom right in. You can just get all these lighter spots, and you won't even notice a lot of times. You can maybe want to smooth it out, and bang. And so I'm being pretty careless and quick, but if you want to be more precise, you can do it just so it looks perfect if you would like it to. And so it looks like this, and now we've got just Dillingham and I like to label mine so you can just lock that right in place. Next thing we're going to want is we're going to want the Timberwolves logo. And so for this, you're going to want to go with something more like this. That's just like a full image, whereas something like this, the silhouette or the outline is technically just going to be a circle, and that's not like very specific to certain teams. So once again, we can just copy this. We can just paste that right in there, and we can just resize that, bring it down a little bit, and if you want to, you can also rotate a little bit, and a lot of people, you won't really notice usually. Make that nice and big. And I'll just name that logo. And with this little bit, we can just use the lasso again, and we can just remove that, so it's just the logo. And now to get the outline in the Pixlr app, we'll just go to Adjustment here. We'll go to Brightness and Contrast, and we'll turn the contrast all the way down. Then we can just go to Filter. We can go to Outline. We'll get a nice outline here, and I like to make the outline be the color, so we can kind of go back here, and it's a navy color, and we kind of already have that already. So then we'll just increase that, and we'll just tick on outline only. We'll just click Apply. And so now we're gonna see that it kind of might be a little bit too big, and that some of these sides get cut off. And so there, we're just gonna go to the lasso tool, and this time instead of removing, we're gonna go to Add. And you can just circle all the spots that got cut off, and then we'll get added right back. There you go. So the next thing we want to do here is we're going to get the glowing outline. So we'll go Filter, and we will just go to Outer Glow. And you're going to turn the feather all the way down, all the way up to 100%, and then you're just going to find a good thicker size, like that. And then once again, some things might get cut off, so we'll just go Add to Mask, and then circle whatever gets cut off. And then here, for example, we might see something that's like a little bit of a blemish, and what we can do here is we can just go to the Eraser tool, and this will be it's usually going to be a bit more precise, like that. And then also, when you're doing this, you might also see something like the outline of this come up, or on the Dillingham, we'll see a little spot we didn't get. So a lot of this is kind of trial and error. But on here, you can just circle remove that, as I said before, and then you can lasso remove that. And this is going to be a bit more jarring, so this is where you'd want to use something like the eraser, which is then it's going to be a bit more smooth. And so now I've got the logo all set, and so now we're going to want Dillingham to be in front of it. So we'll go unlocked, and we will drag him like this, lock him in place, and basically to remove, have the logo be on top, but have that top bit be there. We'll just drag it over just so we can see it, and we will just basically circle that, and then all the outer bits, and that'll just remove, make sure you select your player, and I'll just remove the parts that are outside of the logo. And so now we've got that, and then we can just drag him over top, and you'll notice that these bits won't be underneath it, and so you'll see that. So what we'll do here is we'll just copy and paste the image. We will align it so that it doesn't look funky, and we'll bring that underneath it. And we can just name that, for example, Dill Bottom, and we'll make this top. You don't have to name it in this, obviously. And for the top bit, we'll go remove it, and we can just remove this entire bottom piece so that the top will actually not have the legs, and the legs will just be from the bottom one that's below that, so it'll be all even. And then the second to last thing we want to do is we want to get, I like to make it be like a city skyline in the background. And for me personally, you can do any skyline, but I like to do the skyline of the city for the team. So here we'll do the Minneapolis skyline from somewhere. You can just find free images, something like, say, here we go. Usually the night looks better. So then we can just paste that right in there, and we can make it bigger, make sure it's behind everything. And I usually don't like to have the sky in mine, but for this one we can do it. But yeah, let's drag that over top and do that, and we can just name that. And we'll do the same thing to remove it so that it's not around so that it's just inside the logo. We'll just get the lasso remove, and we'll just trace around chunks of the logo at a time. And we'll just circle the outer bit, and that will remove all of the bits from there. And then bang. So now we just have the skyline, and now if you want, you can make it be black and white to make it pop more. But for this one, we'll keep the color just because I think it contrasts nicely. And then we'll just go to filters. And by the way, if you want to do the black and white, you can just do auto black and white, and then you can click on any of these to adjust it as you see fit. So then for the filter, we'll just go to glitches, and we'll go scan lines. And we'll just increase the size up to the max of 10 and increase the amount a lot. And I'd say you can go with the max amount, but I like to go like a kind of like a 3/4, like a 77. And if you want, you can do it vertically, but I think the side ones look a bit better. And let's click apply. Now the last step is we just want to get the signature. So the reason why I did Dillingham is because his signature is hard to get. So if we did something like, if we did something like, for example, like I did earlier, Derek Rose signature, it's going to be easy. It's just going to pop like this, and you'll just remove the background using the removal.bg, because this one will add a weird outline the way it removes it for the glow that you're going to see later. But so for the Rob Dillingham, we can just find an image here, and what we're going to do is we are going to paste that in there, and we are going to remove everything except the signature. And then we can go to this magic mask and make sure it's on the remove, and that will remove just about everything around it. And it's going to have a weird outline. And the last thing you want to do is you're going to want to get rid of that weird outline. So you can just, once again, circle around. And I accidentally nicked the edge there. But do that. And I like to, if you want, you can keep the number. So now we've got a nice signature, and we can arrange that nicely here. Change the size up a little bit. And since we have plenty of room, I'll make it nice and big. Nice, and we'll rotate that a bit more. And now to get the glow, we'll go filter inner glow, and that'll make the whole thing white if you can just increase that size to the max. And now it's just the pure white. Now that we have it in our spot, we can just lock that in place so that we don't accidentally move it. And then for the final thing to get the glow, we'll go to outer glow on that with the filter. And something like this might happen, where the full image is there. And so what you're going to do then is you're going to have to go and you're going to have to download just the signature, which I'm going to pause. I'm going to pull up how you can do that. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is we're going to open a new thing in Pixlr, and we're just going to copy our signature from here. Copy this signature, so control copy. And then you can just paste it. You just copy the thing in Pixlr. Oh my god. Copy the thing in Pixlr, copy it into a new Pixlr thing, and give it an all black background, and then just go save, PNG, and then save as. And then you're going to go here, and now you're back on here, we can just go to remove image background, and we'll just upload our signature. So what this is going to do is make it so the glow just goes around the outside. So now we've got that removed. You can just copy that, delete our old signature, paste this one back in here. Maybe adjust that size some more. Get that back to the size we want. And then we will go to filter, and now we can go to outer glow, and as you'll see, it'll be just around our text. So once again, like with the logo, we're going to turn the feather all the way up. You can increase the size how we want, and I just like to turn the opacity down a little bit for this one. Make it glow. And now, there you go. Now you have your signature. We'll just delete the outline. And here's your logo design. Make sure everything fits. Here's your logo style. Rob Dillingham, or whatever you want to do. That's how you do it. So I hope you liked the video, and remember, the links to the websites I use are going to be in the description of the video.